What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I'm here to settle something that I've been asked about quite a bit since before I even got either one of these fragrances, and now that I've had plenty of time to spend with both, which is better? Paris Corner's Emir Trillium, Fragrance World's Imperium. So we're going to break it down into scent, performance, and wearability / versatility. We're going to pick a winner, so stay tuned. So I guess we'll go chronologically in which one I've gotten first, which would be Paris Corner, Emir's Trillium. So they're both clones of Roger Parfum's Elysium Parfum Cologne. As I'm sure you can tell by the presentation, we're not going to count presentation because they both look really cool. They both ripped off the Parfum Cologne bottle, and they have different renditions of the cap, which I do like both of. Not going to lie, the caps are really cool. Now, as far as Trillium, the caveat for this one is it's mega fresh. One of the things I appreciated about it the most, it's very fresh, airy, and sharp. It's metallic citrus. It's enhanced and intensified as far as those characteristics versus even the original. It's much sharper, much brighter, and airy versus Elysium Parfum Cologne. Now, as it settles, you do get that bit of vetiver for that woody tone. I don't get much leather here. It's basically grapefruit, black currant, a little bit of herbs in the heart, like thyme and artemisia and stuff like that, kind of give this light, fresh green feel to go with the citrus, and then it dries into, like I said, soft, woody vetiver smell. Now, with Imperium, this one has a little bit more of a musky tone to it overall. Still has the black currant, but there's a slight sourness to this one versus Trillium, though they do smell very much similar to one another, have the same note breakdown. The way this was balanced and blended is slightly different from the way that one is. The opening, I want to spray it in the air, in fact. It's still metallic, it's still sharp and very fresh, but when you compare the two in freshness, this is a little bit fresher. I do get a little bit more tartness from the black currant here, so there's a little bit of tart fruitiness that is intensified here that I don't really get much of from Emir Trillium. So, and it still dries down to woody vetiver. I get a little bit more leather here, just a touch, but I still wouldn't call it a leathery heavy fragrance. And I still get that herbal tone, so the herbs come out a bit more here. That's, I think, what adds to a little bit of that slight bitter feel that I get from this one. So what it comes down to is, do you want, I guess, more accurate and slightly bitter overall? Or do you want more airy, fresh, and metallic? That's what it comes down to. Between the two, believe it or not, I actually like the airy, metallic tone to Trillium. This is kind of the reason I reach for it the most. We'll talk about performance in a minute, but it's just so bright, airy, and fresh. It's really hard to beat. When I want just very light and fresh, I actually reach for this over the original. In regards to performance, going back to Emir Trillium, so this is where it's weak, okay? Compared to what most people are going to want, I get at best in longevity about 4 hours. This is a 3 to 4 hour fragrance on my skin, so it is subpar, it is on the weaker side, and projection really falls anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, so not a really strong fragrance. This is short-lived, but the way it's composed, I actually really appreciate that about it. For the level of airy and freshness to this scent, I wouldn't expect it to, like 4 hours is kind of a blessing. I wouldn't expect it to give me 6, 7, 8 hours being this fresh. So it makes total sense on why it's on the weaker side, but just know that it is a weaker fragrance overall, but we'll talk about situations later. Now, Imperium, much better performer. This is more of a 6 hour fragrance, still nothing crazy strong, but when you compare it, you're going to get more life out of it. I've clocked it on average about 2 to 3 hours more longevity, basically almost double the longevity of Trillium. Projection is about what and what. While it's not as bright and airy, it still pushes off the skin because it's still a very fresh and light fragrance overall. It's just not as airy. So projection here is still kind of average, but it will captivate and grab people. Just across the board, this is the better performer. So if performance is very important to you, as it is with most people, this is slightly more accurate, a little bit more spicy, and slightly more accurate to Elysium Parfum Cologne over Trillium, and it performs much better than Trillium. Situations and versatility. That's the thing that I like about this one. Trillium has that fresh out the shower, going run errands, going to the gym type of versatility. If you're going to wear it daily to work or anything like that, you're going to need to keep it with you or make a separate decant because, like I said about the performance, it's more on the short-lived side, 3 to 4 hour range in longevity, 30 minutes to an hour projection. Average stuff as far as projection. Sillage is on the weaker side. So you would have to keep this one with you unless, which I wear not what I believe to be the ideal scenarios, this is one that I reach for to go to the gym when I want to wear something to the gym, which isn't every workout, but I'll wear this one. Out the shower, a personal favorite of mine when I want to smell the Elysium scent profile. And then running errands where you don't need much, you just, maybe the fragrance you were wearing for the day kind of wore off and you don't want to wear something that's going to last another 8 hours. You just want to spray something to kind of refresh yourself. That's what this is good for. Your daily wear option is going to be this one. If you're looking for the work fragrance of the two, if you're looking for which of the two would just be better overall because it's going to last longer on your skin. Now, if you have a 8, 10, 12-hour work day, you're still going to need to keep this one with you. But if you're the type that, let's say you work an 8 to 9 hour shift and you're totally fine with your fragrance being undetectable and wearing off after about 6 or 7 hours, this is still going to be the better choice. Again, projection is, you know, enough to grab people, but the main thing is the longevity. So because this has enhanced longevity without being an overwhelming fragrance, and it's such a friendly scent profile and desirable overall to others, the versatility is much higher with this one. So this can still work in your gym out the shower situations, maybe be easy on the sprays depending on how much you want people to be able to smell you. And running errands, still same thing. It's just going to stay on your skin a bit longer. It's just not going to be overwhelming. But the biggest caveat is this is the better choice for everyday wear, for whatever you have going on during the day, whether you work indoors, outdoors, whatever. So performance is across the board better with Imperium, and then also the versatility is better with Imperium. So what does it come down to? When it comes to the scent category, I like Trillium. When it comes to both other categories, performance and versatility, Imperium's the better choice. So some of you won't be surprised by this answer, but the majority, especially newer viewers to the channel, may be surprised to see this, but I actually prefer Trillium because scent's so important to me. So whichever one is the best wearing experience and smells the best to me is always going to be the one I pick, regardless of its performance. Now, versatility plays a huge role for me. I'm all about the versatility. They're good for the same scenarios, but like I said, performance offers this one to be even better in a daily wear scenario, but I don't mind bringing the bottle with me if I'm going to need more than 3 to 4 hours. So for me, Trillium is my preferred option, though they are both fantastic, and a lot of people are going to say, oh, you're crazy, this one. And look, that's great if you choose this one. I totally understand why this would be the one if you had to just pick one. So for most of you, where getting the most performance you can out of the fragrance is going to be utmost important, yeah, this is the one I would recommend. It's a great clone. It's a great fragrance. Fragrance World did a great job. But for me personally, my taste in my life, I like the airiness to this fragrance a bit more. I don't mind refreshing. So for me, the winner for my daily life is Paris Corner's Emir Trillium. Well, that's the battle that I've been asked about for a long time now. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You can't go wrong with either one. Like I said, I could see why most people are going to pick this one because it does perform better. But for me, I like that airy, just super sharp metallic edge that this one has. It's just, like I said, I wear this one more than the original, but they're both really good, I have to say. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. What do you have? Do you have Imperium? Do you have Trillium? Divine Asylum. I know people are going to bring it up. I haven't tried it yet. Eventually I will get my hands on it, and we'll probably compare it to these two. I hear it's even better than both of these, and that very well could be the case. I just haven't tried it yet. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Fragrance World Imperium or Paris Corner's Emir Trillium, give them a spray now. You might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.